This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Do you ever find yourself playing the budgeting game? Well, with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive, you can find options that fit your budget and potentially lower your bills. Try it at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law. Not available in all states.
Back to school is busy enough. The last thing you need is shopping that makes it harder. Whether you're moving into a dorm, your first apartment, or just getting organized for the semester, Wayfair makes it easy to get everything you need in one place. Furniture, bedding, storage, decor, study essentials, all at prices you'll love, with fast shipping before move-in day. Get everything you need for back-to-school season. Shop Wayfair.com today.
Wayfair, every style, every home.
KEMPIRE is brought to you by... Welcome to a special episode to our podcast, KEMPIRE, King of Pop Culture. If you don't get to see everything that we talk about on social media or on our YouTube channel, KEMPIRE, then this is going to be a great episode where we compile everything that you missed last week, from Porsha's, quote, big legal win, Simon responding to that, or Andy Cohen being exposed as a cheater, or maybe he was just looking for a third. There were so many other hot topics this week that came out. The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City trailer came out for their new season. There was the Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip trailer that came out this week as well. There was also the premiere party. Just a lot of things happened this week. So I thought, as a special episode for this Monday morning, before we go live for our Real Housewives of Atlanta recap of the reunion part 1, that you would have a little something for your work commute. I hope you guys enjoy this episode. And don't forget, do me a favor, give us a 5-star rating on Apple Podcasts and on Spotify or wherever you are listening to this podcast. We appreciate your support, but let's get into the hot topics. So it looks like former reality star Robert, Prince Charming, you remember that gay dating show years ago? It's like over 10 years ago. It looks like he's trying to expose Andy Cohen for being on a dating app while publicly now in a relationship with his new man. Well, we're going to break down these alleged receipts and whether or not there's any smoke here. So as always, I'm going to cite my sources. I first saw this story on Mr. Housewives on Instagram, and I said to myself, what is going on here? So if you've been under a rock, Andy Cohen, for the very first time in a long time, had come out that he is now dating this man. And he's talked about this openly on his radio show, that this is a new relationship. He's been dating this guy for nearly a year. This guy has met his children. And the guy's name is Kevin Sobieski. And he's about 10 years younger, or maybe a little bit more than that. Yeah, definitely more than that, than Andy Cohen. Because Andy Cohen has been making jokes about age gap dating. But you also may remember Robert Sepulveda, I'm probably mispronouncing that, Jr., because he had a reality show where it was like the first gay dating reality show, and we haven't had one since. As well, and there's a lot of tea that came out about Robert back then, and there's probably a lot more that people could say about him today, but we're going to leave that alone for now. I just find it interesting that he's trying to spill tea on Andy Cohen, and there's just so much tea that could be spilled about him. But anyway, I've digressed. Especially when I'll explain. There's just so much that I want to say here. So according to Mr. Housewives, and this is kind of mess reality TV fans live for. Some of you may remember Robert Sepulveda Jr. from Finding Prince Charming, the gay dating show that aired on Logo back in 2016, so over 10 years ago. Today, Robert took to Instagram to publicly claim that Andy Cohen messaged him on the dating app Feeld, F-E-E-L-D. I've never even heard of this dating app. And he said this happened on July 8th, 2026. His post appeared to be directed at Andy's boyfriend, Kevin Sobieski. As we all know, Andy recently went public with Kevin after revealing on his radio show that he had been dating him privately for about a year and was in love. Andy later posted a photo of the two of them on Instagram on July 17th with the caption, quote, date night. And it was really interesting. We've talked about this endlessly in regards to when Andy decided to come out with this. Some people have said they're shocked at the type of guy that he's publicly dating because they've known him to date a lot of black men over the years. And that led to a whole other conversation. We're not going to do that here. I'm just giving you context to everything that's been playing out when it comes to Andy Cohen and this new relationship. So they continue in their post. It says, in his Instagram post, Robert shared an edited image of Andy and Kevin that included a clown graphic and the words, "Heads up, Kevin, a little message for you." He tagged both Andy and Kevin in the post. I don't get what Robert's intention is here. Because first of all, especially when it comes to gay relationships, there's so many gay men that I know or know of that are in open relationships. So for all we know, Andy could be in an open relationship. And this is his person. For all we know, especially with gay men. So I don't understand Robert's intention. Are you clout chasing because no one has talked about you since Prince Charming? It's not making sense to me. Okay, let me finish. Robert also shared what he says are direct messages he sent to Kevin. In those messages, Robert claimed that Andy contacted him on Field, allegedly thinking he was someone else. Well, I mean, based off of Robert's pictures on Instagram, it's giving very AI. I'm not saying that Robert's a good-looking man, but unless he's done work, it's giving AI. Some of these images, but I digress. Robert said that once he told Andy who he was, they've allegedly known each other for about 10 years. Andy responded that it was, quote, dangerous if they met up. Robert ended his message to Kevin by saying that he didn't know whether Andy and Kevin have an open relationship, but if they don't, he felt Kevin should know Andy was allegedly using a dating app. But here's the thing. It's one thing if you're trying to be a guy's guy and you're trying to look out for Kevin, then you would personally DM him. You wouldn't be posting these receipts publicly unless you were trying to get the public's attention. Also, I feel like there's no smoke here. So let me just read to you at one particular point, I believe he's taking these down. Let me actually look, because I was just on his Instagram doing a little research for the thumbnail. But I believe he's taking it down because it's nowhere I didn't see any of these images on his Instagram. Yeah, I don't see any of these. I'm telling you, these photos are so AI edited. Because even if I look at his regular photos, some of the other photos don't look like him. But anyways, I've digressed. He looks like he's since deleted these posts on his social media. Let me look at his Instagram story. Nope, I don't see anything on his Instagram story anymore either. And look, people walking around just out here being a mess. So he posts this image of Andy Cohen with clown emoji. Obviously, it's an edited image of the photo of the paparazzi photos of Andy and his new boyfriend. And you see it spray painted, image edited, saying, "Heads up, Kevin, a little message for you." And he puts clown behavior alert in regards to Andy Cohen. I don't know if something happened between him and Andy Cohen, and that's why he's created this story of no, this is this is how we met. He was on this app. I don't know what he's doing. So he says in the caption, he says, "Aren't we all exhausted by people who lie, cheat, and pretend to be someone they're not? Trash comes in all shapes and sizes. Ladies and gentlemen, this is exactly why I'm single." Clown emoji. But again, I don't understand how you've come to the conclusion. Did you figure out, you literally say you don't know whether or not they're in an open relationship. So how is this clown behavior if they are two consenting adults that have an agreement? We don't know that, but what I'm saying is I don't understand how you came to this conclusion. Robert also sent a DM to Kevin saying, "Hey Kevin, just wanted to give you a heads up. Andy is on Field with an anonymous profile. I have a profile there too, but my face is hidden. He actually messaged me thinking I was someone else." It feels like a hookup app because I don't understand why on a dating app of some sort that you would even be on there anonymously or hide your face. That doesn't make sense to me. It must be a hookup app. I've never heard of it in my life. Once I told him it was me, I've known him for about 10 years, he said that it would be, quote, dangerous if anything happened because I've been on a few TV shows. I don't understand that, but okay. If you two have an open relationship, then no worries at all. If not, I'd probably pay attention because he's clearly looking for something else. Andy has always been a bit of a philanderer. How do you know? Here's the name of the app, along with the voice memo I sent him because I blocked him. Good luck. You can't tell me that you're looking out for Kevin by publicly posting this. If you were looking out for Kevin, you would just reach out to him and just say that. And honestly, kudos. But for you to then post this to the public, it doesn't make sense to me. He does post on his social media, which is now deleted, the voice note, which was like 17 seconds. It was on July the 8th of this year. Apparently it was from Andy Cohen. But the thing is, it says Andy Cohen, and it shows his picture. So that doesn't necessarily mean that he's on there anonymously. Right? Okay. He also tagged Andy and Kevin. I'm sure Andy has since blocked him. I would not be surprised if Andy Cohen has since blocked him. I don't get it. It doesn't make any sense to me, his intentions behind doing this. But I wanted to talk about it because I find it so interesting that this old reality TV star is coming for Andy Cohen. It's not making sense. But look, this is probably why he did what he did. He wanted the attention of the public. He wanted people to talk about him. People, especially when you do reality television, this is why I say reality television sometimes, the addiction of being on reality television, it should be its own category of mental illness, because some people, the things that they will do just for the attention of the public, because this doesn't make sense. You weren't trying to help Kevin by publicly posting this. Because my thing is, if you reached out to Kevin and you said this and Kevin ignored it, fine. I'd be like, fine, I did what I could do. I tried to help you. But no, you decided you wanted to put this out publicly because you wanted people to talk about it. Okay, I hope this attention that you're getting was enough for you. It's weird. It's definitely weird. Guys, but we talk about the hot topics here. We talk about Bravo. So be sure to let me know your thoughts and opinions on what Robert is exposing about Andy Cohen. I don't think I would not doubt that they might have an open relationship. And Kevin's probably like, yeah, I know he's on there. We have an open relationship. Or Kevin's going to be like, what are you doing on that app? This episode is sponsored by Vinted. So if you've been following along, you know I'm in the middle of a move right now, and nothing makes you confront your own closet like packing it into boxes. I found pieces I haven't touched in over a year, maybe 2. Stuff I've kept telling myself I'd find an occasion for, and at some point during this move, you just have to be honest with yourself. That's not clothing, that's clutter. And don't nobody love clutter. Instead of just donating everything or letting it sit in a bin at the new place, I'm actually about to start listing some of it on Vinted. Vinted is a secondhand app that makes it easy for everyday people, not resellers, just people like me and you, to sell pre-loved fashion and actually earn something back for it. From what I've seen, listing is genuinely simple. A few photos, a quick description, and it's up. And once something sells, Vinted generates the prepaid shipping label for you. So there's no separate trip to the post office trying to figure out packaging. That's honestly what makes me feel like that I'll actually follow through this time, instead of letting the pile sit there for another month. That's the part that really got me though. There are no seller fees. So whatever pieces sell for, that's what you keep. Every dollar. Which, in the middle of a move with hundreds of other expenses, feels like a genuinely useful way to make some of this decluttering pay for itself instead of just being a chore. So, have you looked in your own closet lately? If there's stuff sitting in there you know you're never wearing again, download the Vinted app for free and start listing. With no seller fees, you keep every dollar you earn, and for a limited time, enjoy free shipping in the US on Vinted. I'll let you know how my own closet clean out goes. That's Vinted. Download the app today. The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City Season 7 trailer is here, and we have plenty of thoughts. Not only that, Riley Burrs, Candy's daughter, is talking about her relationship with Todd Tucker, or if there is a relationship with Todd Tucker. So if you missed it, I went live on Patreon a few days ago, and I talked about Candy's most recent speak on it, and where she was talking about Tamar Braxton and her relationship. I did not talk about it here or any other platform. I only talked about it on Patreon. So if you missed it, I'll post the link. Join our Patreon. But in that Speak On It, she talked about a few other things, and she talked about having Riley, who's been having a rough season on Next Gen NYC, and she said, I need to bring Riley on here so that she can speak on it. But she also revealed that Riley was having a tough time with how people were reacting to her on the show this season. And she also revealed that she was getting racist hate mail from people on social media. And I said to myself, I'm not surprised, because I don't think people speak up enough about the Bravo universe and how there aren't a lot of people of color in the Bravo universe, and how there are a lot of microaggressions not from just Bravo celebrities, but Bravo fans. That's a longer conversation to have. Like I said before, Riley's been having a tough time this season, and I've said this, I have not watched the season, and I've only seen some of the clips, and her being depicted like an alcoholic. I, in my 20s, drank a little bit. I never was a fallout drunk, but I knew plenty of people in their 20s, and I'm sure still in this day and age, people in their 20s drinking and having a good time, but they don't have cameras on them and editing that makes you look like you're an out-of-control drunk. I'm not saying that she might not have a problem or maybe it's excessive. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is my alert signals do not go up when you tell me that a 20-year-old is drinking a lot. But that's me. That's me. I don't have any children. I leave that up to Candy, who doesn't even drink. As I said to you before, she's been having a rough season. She even apparently seems to have fallen out with Ariana, who was her best friend when growing up. They hadn't seen each other in a long time. They reunited on this show, and they became very close. She did see the error of her ways on Watch What Happens Live, and I believe she may have apologized on Watch What Happens Live to Ariana, but that was a couple of weeks ago. Ariana revealed that they hadn't spoken. But again, they're in their 20s. You guys have drama with the people in your life in your 20s. I mean, probably in your big 40s and 50s and 60s. Things happen. I'm hopeful that these two can find their way back to each other. But I think there's also the pressure of everyone loves them being friends. And it makes me wonder if them being friends, sometimes it's because the fans love them being close and it's not genuinely them being, not saying that they can't be friends, but being best friends. Even though Ariana says that's one of her best friends, she really loves Riley. Listen to what Riley had to say about Todd Tucker. As you know, if you watched Real Housewives of Atlanta, you already know that Riley always showed how she really feels when it comes to Todd. She never seemed to be a huge fan of him, but somehow the family really came together over the years and they became really close. So she gave an update to Andy after this divorce between Candy and Todd. She gives an update on her relationship with Todd.
Are you still, what's your relationship with Todd like post-divorce?
I mean, it's not the same, okay. I will say, but the divorce shifted a lot of things in my life. So it's not only the divorce, it's also everything else that comes with that. We're trying to still be a blended family, but there are some things that irk my nerves. Sometimes I'll get his social media and I'm like, what is going on here?
Right.
I don't know if Todd has done anything recently on social media, but during the divorce, there were some things that he said and did. But a lot of people also said, well, look at Candy. But in all fairness, if you went to Candy's, I did it, I done, the name of it. She reveals that I believe, I can't remember now because I didn't attend, but I got the tea from it. She reveals that he cheated, but that wasn't the reason why she divorced him. She divorced him because she felt like he wouldn't fight for the relationship. So he was allegedly, I'll say, in the wrong.
Right.
But we're okay.
Good. How are you? Okay,
she says they're okay. All right. Let's talk about the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. Season 7 trailer. I have so much that I want to say because of what I found out about this season. I can't, but I do have a September 25th live show, and this show will be just starting to air in September. I feel like we've been waiting a long time for Real Housewives of Salt Lake City to come, and it's one of my favorite shows. It really is. They don't have the best reunions, I will say that, but they've definitely had a really, people didn't expect a lot from Salt Lake City, but they've over-delivered over the years. And I've always said, I wonder if it's just the way that it's edited. I mean, only time will tell. This will be a tough season because, as you know, we will be talking about Mary Cosby's son passing away. Let's take a listen, because, you know, we can't show you the trailer. I have to stop and go because, you know, Bravo. It's 3 minutes, though.
Ladies, time to read your fortune.
I hope it's a good one.
Yes, yes.
A new relationship is about to blossom.
I almost forgot about Heather Gay. Who is this man that Heather Gay is sitting down with? Is this a family member?
Getting married again. Do you ever worry that it'll affect our relationship?
What relationship? Oh, this is her ex-husband. He looks different. Because we've seen him before on the show. This is her ex-husband. Why would this affect your relationship? This is the problem when someone's on reality television for so long. They're grasping for a storyline. They're grasping for something to talk about. So this season, now she's talking about, Heather, until you get a man, let's worry about that. Why would it affect? Your kids are grown, too, at this point.
Invest in family.
You act like the 18-year-old douchebag.
But I'm like, hustling, I'm grinding with fresh wool.
Why is her son crying? Remember he was in, what was it, Cartagena in Colombia? So I guess that will be Lisa's storyline this season, trouble with her son.
The real kindness comes from within you.
Your lips look like a vulva.
You can suck on him if you want to.
Oh my God. I did hear that Angie's going to have a tough season.
Season on The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City.
Y'all remember the times when, because Jen Shah was on the cast, they couldn't leave internationally? Now they're able to have real international trips.
It's St. Patrick's Day? I had no idea.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Hypocrisy and bullshit.
Okay, Meredith and Lisa are still getting along. And is this going to be a future song? Because I do know that Baby Gorgeous has a new song out.
Bullshit. Do I look like a dried up old hag?
It's used that.
You've been my strength, like my...
Not Robert Sr. is going to be filming this season, y'all. I'm glad, though, because Mary now more than ever needs his support, especially with doing this show.
Side piece.
Now she called him a side piece.
My sidekick. I'm so blessed and thankful that I can go through this with Robert Sr.
Oh, Lord, this outfit that Mary's wearing. I mean, I don't expect the best fashion from Mary. I almost like it in a way. It's a big ruffles, and it's definitely not giving Kelly from Real Housewives of Atlanta. I'm sure it's very expensive.
I could not have got through without you guys.
I will say this, from what I've heard, Lisa Barlow was really there for Mary during this situation with losing her son. Although all the women were there for her. Look, for those that are watching this, when I say all, I can't say all. And it makes me wonder because, again, something that I know that someone says during the season makes me wonder if they will keep it in. If they do, then you guys will be utterly shocked.
Oh, it was there for me. Thank you. Cries, fears, she's bold.
So you're going to see a new housewife this season. I think it's Kwa. What's her name? They'll tell you. They'll say it in a second. But there's 2 friendas, Brittany and this new woman, and the original cast.
Hey, sexy Clyde.
She's friends with Whitney, but we've all had lapses in judgment.
I'm going to finish my roast by finishing Angie the way her husband doesn't.
Wow. Not her saying that. Okay. There's a lot of marriage trouble this season.
The most important person here is Electra. If we choose to go our separate ways, that will crush her.
Here's the thing. This just confirms for me that these housewives fish these stories to the blogs. Because until you file for divorce, why do we even know that you're separated? The same with Whitney. It seems like Whitney wanted to trump Angie in this situation. She wanted to kind of help promote this season by leaking that story that they're living separate lives. Because, to be honest with you, Salt Lake City, although we love it, no one cares that deeply. Just saying.
I don't know.
And just the timing of it all. If they really were living separate lives, you feel like this would have came out earlier.
You and I can move forward in our...
Speaking of, here's Whitney talking with Justin about the trouble that they've been having. But I already told you at that reunion that she was setting us up for this stupid storyline. I already know I'm going to be annoyed with Whitney this entire season because it's going to get fake and phony. And I don't know if they've been having marriage trouble and they're just deciding to use it as a storyline, but it's annoying because we literally saw her set us up for this during last season.
I don't know if you and I can move forward in our marriage or if it's over.
Do you think that the boyfriend's a stunt?
Okay, so you're going to see Bronwyn's boyfriend this season. That's all I'm going to say.
Bronwyn always tells on herself. It seems like a big PR move.
You like to keep your secrets hidden and then get surprised.
The Todd father is going to make an appearance this season. I have so much I want to say, but I'm going to hold it.
When I bring them up.
I'm not doing this with you. Help you.
Bronwyn weaves a web of lies.
I said this on social media. Bronwyn is Stacey Rush of Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, and I don't mean that in a good way. Read between the lines. Bronwyn is Stacey Rush of Salt Lake City.
You don't know anything about what I'm doing.
Breath way farther back from my face.
Damn!
So Brittany and Bronwyn are going to have it out again this season. They never liked each other. I have to say, and I've been saying this about Brittany. Do I love everything about Brittany Bateman? No. But she actually has been a good addition. Just as a friend of. We don't need her full time. I hope we're not going to see her on again, off again boyfriend either.
I hope you guys come here to be a boss about your own feelings.
Mary's hosting an event. You probably saw the footage of her first time filming. She was hosting the ladies.
If you're hurt with someone, say it.
Shut up! We're all swallowing things that
It seems like the newbie is very active this season.
were said falsely about us.
I'm speaking for me. Where's my husband? I'm pissed.
You lied!
Shut your big mouth.
Can we move forward? Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
Get on your knees and ask God to help you. I wish the fortunes just said, shut the up and let's move on.
Oh my gosh, you guys, shut the up and let's move on.
September 16th, a new season 7 of Real Housewives of Salt Lake City will premiere, and we will be recapping it. All 6 ladies will be, 7 ladies, right? Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Mary looks good in this new promo. Okay, Mary. The fact that Mary's showing up and filming, she's strong, a strong woman. I already know those episodes where they talk about Robert Jr. is going to be hard because it was hard talking about him admitting his addiction. What was it, last season or season 5? I can't even keep up anymore. But I'm here. I'm locked and loaded. This is one of the cities that we will be recapping. I'm not recapping Orange County. I've been talking about it briefly in some of our Hot Topics lives. I will be talking about Real Housewives of London, maybe in our next live, maybe tomorrow. Stay tuned for that. But I want to know your reaction. How would you rate the trailer for Real Housewives of Salt Lake City? I thought that it was decent. But again, it's a trailer. If I had to give it a rating, I'm thinking 6-7. Yeah, but it was decent. But again, it's a trailer. I have to see how the entire season plays out. But there's a lot of people with some interesting storylines that I don't believe. Honestly, there's a couple. What was Meredith's storyline this season? I see she gets activated and she's like, where's my husband? But what's her storyline? Another season with no storyline? People are going to say, you need to be a friend of Meredith. But I'm going to wait for the season. I want to talk to you about something happening in my life right now. And this is usually where my nutrition falls apart. I'm moving. And if you ever moved before, then you already know. Boxes everywhere, kitchen's packed up. And this is where you need to be your sharpest. This is where you need to be your most focused. And the last thing I need is to have my nutrition fall apart. But you get it. You're leaning towards takeout, whatever's left in the refrigerator, or whatever is at your disposal. But I'm doing it a little differently now. And it's at the help of our friends over at MyFitnessPal Premium, their nutrition coach. Look, when I first heard of this, quote, AI coach, I thought it was going to be some sort of little chat bot that's not going to be really helpful, but it's actually a very complete different experience than what I thought. Let me show you. So I just ask it like I'd ask a person, what should I eat before a workout? And it comes back immediately. A small carb-focused snack with a little protein 30 to 90 minutes before. And it gives me real options with actual numbers. Banana, toast, a jam, Greek yogurt, oatmeal. It even tells me it depends on timing. If I've got 2 hours, eat a fuller meal. If I'm going in 30 minutes, keep it light. But here's where it gets different. See this? Shows me snacks from my recent diary. Watch what happens. It goes into my food, stuff I've actually logged, my matcha shake, my protein bars, the rice and stewed chicken I made. It's not telling me what a random person should eat. It's telling me what I can grab out of my own kitchen. That's the difference. And I can keep narrowing it. What if I'm exercising in 30 minutes? It says have the shake. It's easy to digest. If I want the bar, cut it in half so it doesn't sit heavy. That's a real answer. Then later that day, this is the one that got me. I typed, I'm way under my protein today. What's an easy fix? And look, it checks my goals and it already knows I logged that matcha shake once today. It says add another scoop for 12 more grams. Then it lays out my options, turkey breast, stewed chicken, cottage cheese with the grams on every one. And then it does the math for me, adds it up, 109 grams from these, plus the 25 I've already logged, puts me at 134. My target is 135. It literally told me I was 1 gram short and offered me a buffer. And when I asked for lower calorie options, it reworked the whole thing, 3 ounces of turkey, plus a scoop of shake, 205 calories, 33 grams of protein. Done. Now I want to be real with you. This is not going to replace your nutritionist. As you know, I meet with my nutritionist every few weeks, and I'm still going to meet with my nutritionist. However, my nutritionist is not going to be here while I'm packing boxes or in the middle of a move late at night. This nutrition coach helps make me make easier, healthier decisions that I don't even have to think about. The other thing that I'm loving about MyFitnessPal Premium is the multi-day logging. I'm a Taurus. I am a creature of habit. So there are certain meals that I really do have every single day, like my cassava shake. I already know I'm going to have that today. I'm probably going to have it tomorrow just because it's easy. Well, MyFitnessPal Premium makes it easy for you to do multi-day logging. And that's the point. Life doesn't stop so that you can eat perfectly. We know that better than anyone. There's always going to be a move, a deadline, something, a trip, hopefully. And as I keep telling you, your nutrition is the foundation everything runs on. Your energy, your sleep, your recovery. And the most important thing, like with everything, is your consistency. And MyFitnessPal Premium is helping me stay consistent. Go to podcast.myfitnesspal.com and use code KEMPIRE, all uppercase, for 15% off premium. Especially if you got a chaotic stretch coming up like I do, that's when it matters most. Thanks, MyFitnessPal. It's going to be another tough season for Real Housewives of Potomac star Stacey Rush after Ashley takes to social media with a picture with her, Giselle, Karen Huger, and even Wendy Acefo saying the OGs Club only. Okay. Not only that, Porsha Williams looks like she's confirming her return for season 18 of The Real Housewives of Atlanta, and we're getting a sneak peek of a Porsha versus K. Michelle at this reunion. Whose side are you on? Let's discuss. And we've been talking a lot about these things uncensored when it comes to some of the Potomac tea that I found out, some Atlanta stuff as well on our Patreon. So be sure to follow us on Patreon at patreon.com/thekempire. All right, and be sure to check out everything that you may have missed over the last couple of days, because despite me moving and being busy and going for a colonoscopy, I still have been giving you guys content. So be sure to go, give it a like, give it engagement, give it a comment. Let's first start with this Potomac stuff. There's a lot of stuff that I've heard about when it comes to Potomac, and I'll be sharing it during my September 25th live show here in New York City, as you can tell from the sirens in the background. But I'm not spilling in any of that here, but what I will confirm for you is that Stacey has another tough season for this new season of Potomac, from what I've heard. It's not an easy season for her, and you may have seen some of the things that have come out. She gets remarried on the show this season, but it seems as if she's having a hard time with the rest of the group. Well, Ashley, despite me being blocked, Ashley, I still get to see the things. You, Porsha, all y'all can block me. I'm still going to be able to see the things and report on the stuff. Not that I ever was on your account like that anyway. So Ashley took to social media on her Instagram story with a picture with herself, Giselle with the Giselle fashions, Dr. Wendy Asefo, and Karen Huger. And she captions it saying, OGs only club. The only problem here, when we talk about OGs, original gangster, meaning you've been there since season 1, Dr. Wendy hasn't been there since season 1. She's been there since season 5. Just saying. But I get it. She's a veteran at this particular point. She's been there 6 seasons. But to me, this definitely feels like a dig at Stacey. She may not be an OG. She may not be a veteran quite yet. But she is going to go down as being legendary. Maybe for all the wrong reasons. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you guys and say that I don't believe that Stacey doesn't have the best relationship with the truth. But she has been delivering when it comes to the quirky, weird energy that we love from Housewives. She has brought a little bit of a light, fun energy to Potomac. But I do hear that she has a rough season. She does have a rough season. It's very much like what happened last season. But we shall see. And I get it. Some of these housewives probably don't like the fact that she has become a fan favorite. Some of what we're seeing on these reality shows have nothing to do with what they're arguing about. Oh, it's the TJ of it all. It's the cannabis of it all. It's all these other things because they don't want to say the real thing. They're upset that she's a fan favorite. They're upset that she leans into the fans and what they want kind of thing. They'll say it in interviews and things like that, but we won't see it on the show. I will keep you posted as I find out more on what's going on over there in Potomac. But that's the latest. They all attended the Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip Roaring 20th premiere party. Some of the people, we talked about this too. I know they're probably saying that Nene was dealing with her son stuff, but I don't believe that. If Nene was invited to the premiere party, she would have shown up. And I know Nene's not going to confirm that she wasn't invited. I'm going to tell you, if she was invited, Nene would have 100% shown up. You know that. You already know that. But anyway, I've digressed. So they all were there, the ladies from Potomac, and apparently there was a separation in the group because you see this picture with Ashley and Karen Huger and Giselle and Dr. Wendy Asefo. Fine. But in regards to Atlanta, so there are a couple of things. Porsha, despite being blocked, I still get to see the things. So Porsha was on the red carpet for this premiere party and basically confirmed that she will be back. She doesn't know about any other people's contracts. The Jasmine brand came out with their exclusive saying that contracts for season 18 have been sent out, but we don't know to whom. Well, Porsha's confirming she will be back next season. She says to Page 6 this.
Privy to anybody else's contract, I'll be back. I'm just not privy to anybody else's contract, I'll be back.
And then no one's surprised that she has a long-term contract. I don't know how long that contract is, but she does have a contract with NBC Universal for a bunch of things, not just Real Housewives of Atlanta. I know that check is good. I also saw that Porsha, when being interviewed during this premiere party, when asked about Nene Leakes, even Cynthia Bailey, I saw Cynthia Bailey was on the red carpet, all of them have said the same thing. They would love to see Nene return to the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Can I just break the fourth wall? And I'm not saying that this is true about Porsha or Cynthia. I just don't see them saying otherwise. They know how beloved Nene is. No matter how hater, lover, she's the most iconic housewife. I've been saying this all week. I've been saying this. But definitely this week, I've been telling you guys, hands down, Nene Leakes is the GOAT. The greatest of all time when it comes to Real Housewives. She might be up there. Not might be. She is up there with the greatest of all time of reality TV stars. Period. I'm not arguing with anybody. I'm not saying that Nene has been perfect over the years. I know there were times where she just was smelling herself. But that doesn't take away from the legacy. That doesn't take away from what she's already given us. But anyway, speaking of Atlanta, this Sunday we will be watching it on our Patreon. Yes, we will. We'll be watching it together on our Patreon. The premiere of the Real Housewives of Atlanta Season 17 reunion is a 3-part reunion. If you missed it, we did recap the season finale this past Monday, and we even went live again to take callers to hear people's thoughts on Atlanta. But we're going to have a good old time when it comes to the next recap. So stay tuned for that. But let's get into this sneak peek where we see Porsha versus K. Michelle. And it's about this ex that K. Michelle has and shares with Porsha. Let's take a listen, because I can't show it to you because you know how Bravo is.
That also put a barrier in that friendship, and a friendship that I wanted, to grow.
K. Michelle, you're a married woman. There's no reason
even
for me
that,
to bring
but even if it wasn't about that, it was.
This is them talking about Nosh. You remember Nosh from, I believe his name is Nosh. Nosh from Queen's Court, the dating show that she was on. And they ended up dating after the show. She didn't choose him during the show. They ended up dating after the show. Nosh ended up doing an interview talking about some of this stuff. We've covered it. If you missed it, be sure to check it out on our YouTube channel.
It's just about that this man knows that I'm entering a friend group.
But a lot of people have already said they don't understand why she even had an issue with Porsha. You're a whole married woman. But remember, K. Michelle revealed to us she had a whole other man that she was interviewing with producers to be on this show. And then she decided, yes, we know they've had a long on-again, off-again relationship, her and Dr. Caston, but they seemingly got married 2 weeks before filming. You read between the lines.
I'm like, how do you even know that? He's saying that he's still dating you.
Let's go back a bit.
I hear you saying that you were not dating.
Is she still dating him? I mean, that's interesting. That's going to be news for Sway, who's actually at the reunion. I don't think we will see Sway come out on stage, but Sway's definitely backstage.
Him. I get what you were saying, and that's where I should have learned from this
what
season.
You're saying is just
don't listen
true.
to no man about what's going on. If I was bringing you into something and I know that someone was in the room that you had an encounter with, I would have said to you, hey, I don't know what y'all got going on, but that man is a messy bitch, and we see that.
But you see, here's the thing with K. Michelle. Now she wants to try and put it on him. At no particular point did we even know about this man. This is the problem with K. Michelle this season. She created a lot of this of her own supposed drama. A lot of the stuff wouldn't even been drama if it wasn't for K. Michelle.
When it comes to this man, he was never in the crossfire of us whatsoever. Like nothing. You don't know me at all. I was trying to get to know you.
How are you trying to get to know me?
And
you're having me sit around and you're dealing with a man.
Stop saying dealing with a man like you think she's saying dealing with black. Which K. Michelle am I talking to?
There's probably about 4. Let me pick which one.
More
I kind of believe that.
Michelle's than that.
Damn, Porsha said there's more than 4 K. Michelles than that. I mean.
And I'm the one who goes online and says me in an interview.
Okay.
You're hurt by that?
I don't give a about it.
Oh,
what I'm saying is,
let it go.
She's like, I'm sick of.
She wants Porsha to let it go. Well, this is the reunion. We're going to bring up all the things that you've been saying and doing outside of the show. She's like, well, let it go. No, we're not going to let it go because you literally created this drama out of nowhere.
Keep my eye on her. I said,
keep my eye on her. Okay, impersonation.
Okay, so then I take.
And now K. Michelle's like, oh, go shake the table. K. Michelle, these old antics are not going to land. Come up with something new.
Text you right away. And I said, Kay, please let me reiterate. I never meant to insult you. I never meant to hurt you. I would have never used miscarriage against you. You said, okay, girl, I'm so glad. Thanks for retelling me.
Thanks for retelling me. Of course, Portia's going to make it funny.
Ass go right back online again. Like I said, bitch, she ain't almost died. Who the am I?
That's the thing with K. Michelle. Behind the scenes, she's like, thanks for retelling me. But then on social media, she's performing for the audience, for her fans. Which makes me wonder, like, so is any of this real anymore? Or is it just a performance?
Dealing with here.
That put up.
So, I don't know. I mean, I'm excited for this reunion because there's a lot to unpack. There's a lot to resolve.
Bringing you into something.
Hold on. I don't think there's anything that's happening between K. Michelle and Porsha that's not resolvable. And I definitely think that they could figure this out for another season. I definitely think K. Michelle's coming back next season. There's no, unless she decides not to come back, there's no way that I don't believe production is wanting to bring her back. Plus, we also know that Andy Cohen likes for a new housewife to have at least 2 seasons. I don't think her season was that bad. Did she annoy the hell out of us with some of this drama? Yes. But I can definitely see the potential. Now that it took us 17 episodes, but now I can see, well, if she lets some of this go, especially when she was making the most sense when it comes to the Shamia of it all. If there's another sneak peek, I will be back. Real Housewives of Atlanta star Porsha Williams just landed a major big legal win against Simon Gobadia. But it seems as if Simon Gobadia has finally let it go, realizing he won't be back in this country and that Porsha really got over on him in this divorce. And don't forget, we are still raising money for the LGBT Center here in New York City. We have not reached our goal. We're not even halfway through our goal. I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed in the people that watch casually, the people that haven't donated or haven't shared our videos to donate, and apparently only shame helps us get to our goal. We raised over $6,000 last year in 2 weeks. It's now been, how many weeks? We're now in August. We did this fundraiser in June. I'm looking at you. You that's watching this that has not donated or shared our videos for other people to donate. You're selfish. You're selfish. 100% of your donation goes to the organization. Thank you to YouTube Giving. More information will be available somewhere along this video. All right, so we've been talking about Real Housewives of Atlanta. It feels like almost every single day, and there's so many other stories that I haven't even talked about. I mean, I've seen all the social media behavior. I'm going to say something nice about Kelly Potter. I know, you're all like, wait, what? I thought this video was about Porsha. But I have to say something nice about Kelly Potter because she's in on the joke. Despite the amount of people that are slamming Kelly, talking about her fashions, talking about the way she sounds, looks, talking about her businesses, her being broke, being Shamia's tenant, she is laughing. She's laughing at herself. As everyone's making fun of her for calling herself the standard, she's launched merch. She's done everything that you would want a housewife to do. Play into the joke. Play into the laughs. If anything, she's gotten my respect just because of that. Do I still want to see her for next season if she's still giving us Jarvis and him in the phone? I don't know. But she's handling the criticism way better than Shamia. She's not boo-hooing, and she's a Pisces. She is not even boo-hooing about this. So I had to say something nice about Kelly because I was like, you know what? Let me look at the positives here. Homegirl, first of all, she follows me. I give it to Kelly. I'm not malicious. But maybe. No, I'm not malicious. I'm funny and I'm direct. But I wouldn't say that I'm malicious. Kelly, But the thing is, I like the fact that she is able to make fun of herself. That is so important when you're in this sort of public space, especially with reality television, especially with the Bravo universe. I have to give her credit. She's turned this into she's a part of the joke. Like literally this week, they're talking about, did you get your contract, Kelly? Are you coming back for season 18? And she says she has to go check Shamia's mailbox. Playing into the whole tenant conversation. You have to give her credit. If you don't like her, you don't like her fashions, you don't like anything about Kelly, you have to say, at least she's not online apologizing, crying about this. She's playing into the joke. Literally, she just posted a video of her doing the Netflix documentary, talking about Netflix documentary about her being the standard. You gotta give the girl credit. You gotta give her credit. Come on, give her the credit, right? I'm gonna give her credit. Okay, because Shamia is probably working on her YouTube apology video after this reunion. OMG. All right, Porsha Williams. We've been critical of Porsha, and this is one thing I gotta say about Porsha. I've been critical of Porsha here and there, but I've also highlighted good things about Porsha, but people don't focus on that. They focus on the negative. I literally just posted a clip from our recap where I'm just like, I can't get over that moment. It lives rent-free in my head. Porsha's response to Shamia's invite to the Rum Bum casting situation. And she said, you are sick as... Literally, they had all the housewives at the Ultimate Girls Trip Roaring 20th premiere party reading that text. That's how iconic it was. I will never take away from Porsha and what she's contributed to reality television, to Real Housewives of Atlanta. Is she an anchor? Okay, see, this is y'all fault. Y'all end up going to the negative. I'm trying to stay positive. Well, let's talk about the positive, because one of the positive things that I've said about this situation with Porsha, she learned a thing or two in her previous divorces. Divorce. Yeah. And she learned not to be a sucker. And she held out till she got what she wanted in that prenuptial agreement, which was this $7 million home. And now we have a major update, because one of the things they talk about at this reunion is Kelly telling Porsha, you're living in Simon's home. You're paying his bills. Well, the last laugh is going to be Porsha's, because this is the update on this divorce. And I was like, are you kidding me, Porsha? You got him. You got him.
Look, won't he do it?
So in this exclusive from TMZ, they write this. Huge win for Porsha Williams. Who sent this to TMZ? I mean, court documents. She scored a 7-figure divorce settlement and the house from her ex, Simon Gobadia. And she told the judge he agreed to quickly pay up the other money he owes. Because remember, that was the issue. There was money that he was supposed to give her in their divorce. They were married for like 15 months. He was supposed to pay her alimony. He was supposed to allow her to live in the home. There were multiple things that she was supposed to get in this divorce. She says that she told her judge that Simon agreed to pay up quickly the other money that he owes. According to court docs obtained by TMZ, Porsha says that Simon transferred his interest in the Atlanta mansion they once shared to Porsha through a quick claim deed. Wow. Porsha says that Simon also agreed that Porsha is entitled to $1,568,181.63 reimbursement from his share of the property's equity, and further agreed to give Porsha the title to a 2021 Rolls-Royce Ghost. You remember those infamous photos of when he gifted her that Rolls-Royce. So he's handed over the title to her. Under the agreement, Porsha says that she has full authority to refinance the home or sell it in a commercially reasonable manner without Simon or an arbitrator being involved. Aren't there a couple of liens on the home from her attorney and his attorney? So what's going to happen with that? Well, she's been maintaining the home, hence why you saw during the season why she ended up selling her previous Duluth home and then moving her mother into another smaller home. But Miss Diane don't need that big old house. Let's be honest. You know, when you reach a certain age in life, you don't need a big old house. Like me, I don't need a big old house. I need some space because I got a lot of junk. Well, not a lot of junk. I have a lot of stuff, but I don't need a big old house. I mean, I have one. But realistically, how big was her Duluth home? It was huge. And remember, she was the only one living there for a period of time. So TMZ continues. It says the docs say that Porsha and Simon confirmed the settlement terms under oath during an August 5th hearing. That was yesterday. Was that why she missed a couple of the press things yesterday? Or was that today? I can't keep up. I think that was yesterday. I did see that she missed some of the press stuff yesterday, so this is probably why. So they said the doc says that Porsha and Simon confirmed the settlement terms under oath during an August 5th hearing, telling the judge the agreement resolved all of their remaining issues. Wow. The former couple married in November of 2022. According to reports, it took them a while to get married. They were supposed to get married a lot earlier, but because of the prenuptial agreement negotiations, that is what delayed their wedding. And Porsha probably was putting her foot down on what she wanted because she did not want to end up back at Mama Diane living under her roof with nothing like she did with Cordell. So they got married back in November of 2022, but Porsha filed for divorce in February of 2024 after just 15 months of marriage. Wow. I mean, I have to say I'm happy for Porsha because I believe Simon probably thought that he could get over on Porsha. And Porsha was like, hold my wig, my go naked wig. I am not going to allow that. I'm not going to allow that to happen to me again. Hold up, wait a minute. I have to interrupt this video because literally as I was editing it, I saw that Simon Gobadia has responded on social media about this TMZ report. Now I'm starting to think because Porsha is PR trained and PR savvy. Did she fish the story to TMZ before the reunion that's happening on Sunday, where Kelly basically says that, oh, you're paying Simon's bills, you're living in Simon's house. Conveniently, they had this hearing on August 5th, and the details are now on TMZ. Hold on. Let me show you what Simon says. So Simon says on his Instagram story, I'm not blocked by Simon. Thank you, Simon. Simon says, they forget to mention they also inherited $8 million in debt and still got to pay me. Being debt-free is my flex. Because, yes, you get this $7 million home, but when you sell it, you're not getting $7 million. So that, and we all believe, and I did a Patreon where people were saying she's not going to be able to upkeep this home. So inevitably, you can see her selling it. The next Instagram story is just Simon partying, probably in Dubai, and he just puts the caption, freedom. So did or did she not get the last laugh? I mean, Simon could say a whole lot of stuff, but he was definitely regretful with signing that prenuptial agreement where she would end up remaining in the home. Because if he didn't regret it, if he felt like this was the big flex that, oh, now you have an $8 million debt, then he wouldn't have been fighting that particular part of the prenuptial agreement. And he wouldn't be fighting trying to get back into the United States. I don't see Simon Kobadi getting back into the United States, but you never know. This isn't the first time he was deported. Yeah. So back to our regularly scheduled video. So maybe now Porsha will marry for real love. And look, I know she said that she married Simon for love. I still don't believe that. I still don't believe that. But I do think now Porsha, well, I don't know. I don't know if Portia's in the space where she feels like she has what she needs to maintain the lifestyle that she would want. And I wonder, because inevitably she's going to sell the $7 million home. This is a lot to upkeep. Now it's also making sense because Porsha recently confirmed that she will be returning for season 18 of The Real Housewives of Atlanta. So that check is a very good check for Porsha. That's a multi-million-dollar check. And then everything else that comes with being a part of the network, those opportunities. And what else does she... Oh, Porsha also posted on her social media. Everyone was wondering, like, what does she mean? You know that performance from Beachella where I'll be getting to the money? She reposted that. Porsha, I still see the things. You block me, but I still see the things. So she's like, I'll be getting to the money. That is what she was talking about. She was in this hearing on August 5th, on Wednesday, when I got my legs in the stirrups.
That is funny.
Not really. My colonoscopy. Well, I was getting my colonoscopy because she was securing the bag, and that's why she posted that Beyonce clip. I'll be getting to the money. That's what she meant. Well, and look, Porsha is taking all of her other deals, her Go Naked stuff, her Pampered by Porsha. Look, she's always had these things, but you never saw her really push those things. This is the most I've seen her push these things. Do I believe the Forbes interview that she did? Now? And a lot of these people pushing out narratives about their money and things like that you really should believe half of what they say. Look at Perez Hilton. Apparently, he was having money issues too. But if you look up his net worth, he's worth millions of dollars. You just never know. And I find celebrity, I'm not saying this about Porsha specifically, there's a lot of people that you think that have money that really do not. But what I can respect about Porsha, it seems as if Porsha really is thinking about her future. Pilar's future. And if anything, off the strength of securing a future for Pilar, good for you, Porsha. I love seeing her push to Go Naked. I love seeing her push Pampered by Porsha. I remember when I interviewed Porsha when she was Porsha Stewart, and she was talking about launching her own like sheet and homeware empire. Go check the interview. Kempire Radio YouTube channel. Yeah, Porsha, we interviewed a long time ago. You forgot? You did. I liked her then, too. She was really sweet. Guys, as always, I want to know your thoughts and opinions, okay? I know you're seeing this Saturday afternoon, morning, whatever it may be, but it's evening behind me. That's because I've been pre-recording so you guys get to the money. I'm going on Patreon after this to go talk about it with them first. Bloop. Go join the Patreon. And get your tickets for the Kempire After Dark live show September 25th at the Green Room 42 here in New York City. It's going to be a gay old time. Gay, like Porsha. Speaking of gay, go donate to the fundraiser that you haven't donated to. Shame. Dema Siza. See you all in the next one. Okay, real talk. The last couple of months have been a lot. I'm in the middle of a move, content hasn't slowed down, and somewhere in there, my actual eating habits took a nosedive. Takeout, skipped meals, the whole thing. And at a certain point you realize your obligations don't pause just because your routine fell apart. So I've been trying to get back to actual, real food without adding one more thing to manage. That's where Factor comes in. Factor makes chef-crafted, dietitian-designed, ready-to-eat meals so you don't have to choose between eating real and just getting through the day. Every Factor meal is designed around what actually supports a healthier lifestyle and nothing that doesn't. And when you're in the middle of a move, like I am, this is the only one that really gets me. Meals are ready in 2 minutes. No prep, no cleanup. So even on the days when your schedule is completely out of control, eating well is still something you can actually pull off. My go-to lately has been the salmon. Genuinely didn't expect a heat and eat meal to taste that good. And I'll throw in one of the protein shakes on days I'm running out the door. It's made eating well feel doable again, instead of one more thing on the list. I use Factor, and you should too. Let's eat real. Head to factormeals.com/Kempire50off and use code Kempire50off to get 50% off and one free breakfast item per box for 1 year, while supplies last until October 31st, 2026. That's code Kempire50off at factormeals.com. Kempire50off at factormeals.com. See website for more details. Nene Leakes is back on Real Housewives, and in her very first sneak peek of Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip, Roaring 20th, we see a scene between Nene Leakes and Porsha Williams. Not only that, in some sad news, Nene's son is back behind bars. Let's get into all of it. So before we talk about the sneak peek, we've been following Nene Leakes' son's situation, his legal trouble, for a while now, and we have an update that I wanted to tell you about. According to our friends over The Girls Are Fighting, Nene Leakes' son, Bryson Bryant, is back behind bars on felony contempt charges. So Bryson Bryant, the son of former Real Housewives of Atlanta star Nene Leakes, is once again facing legal trouble after being booked into jail in Georgia. According to jail records obtained by TMZ, Bryant was booked into the Gwinnett County Jail on July 24th on a felony contempt of court charge. While officials have not publicly released additional details regarding the circumstances surrounding the charge, the booking marks Bryson's latest encounter with the legal system. The arrest comes just months after Bryant was taken into custody in May of 2026 in connection with multiple legal matters, including allegations involving unpaid child support, a probation violation, and failure to appear in court. Because from what I recall when we last reported on this, there were things that he was supposed to do since his last arrest that he failed to do, and that's why he was arrested again. So they said those issues reportedly stemmed from an earlier case in which prosecutors accused Bryant of violating the conditions of his probation. That probation was connected to a previous incident in which authorities alleged that Bryant was found in possession of fentanyl and provided officers with his younger brother's name instead of his own. Although the drug possession charge was later dismissed as a part of a plea agreement, Bryant was pleaded guilty to giving false information to law enforcement. As a part of his sentence, Bryant was ordered to complete several probation requirements, including community service, random drug testing, a substance abuse evaluation, which I believe he never completed either, and the payment of court-ordered fines. Prosecutors later alleged that he failed to comply with some of those conditions. Look, I think we all have family members very similar to Nene's son, so I know some people have use this as a dig towards Nene. We're not doing that at all, but it's just a reminder that we all have folks in our families that are always getting in trouble and just never seem to get it together in life. I wish him the best, but damn, not back in jail yet again. I only report on that because I wanted to talk about Nene Leakes. There's a big return to the Real Housewives franchise. As you know, the Ultimate Girls Trip Roaring 20th is coming, and it's going to include, oh my gosh, I think 60 plus housewives. But of course, there are the core, 7 or 8? I can't remember at this particular point. Porsha was one of the women included. Everyone else that's a part of this cast are OGs. I'm pointing this out not because I'm being shady or I'm saying it should have been any other way. But I do believe the reason why they included Nene is because Nene's iconic and you can't do a celebration of the 20 years of Real Housewives without her. But I also feel like, especially because this is one of the first full scenes that we're seeing from it, that they're using Nene to be a part of that. I do believe that they want to use Nene and her influence on this franchise to garner attention. And I could talk more about why they need it, but I'll leave that for Kempire After Dark on September 25th here in New York City. Tickets in description. But I'm going to play this under fair use. I'm going to stop and go because you know how Bravo can be with their content. I don't need any trouble with Bravo. We're promoting your show, okay? But this was a really lovely scene to see because I think people love this sort of big sister, little sister vibe between Nene and Porsha, no matter how forced it might be. Just saying, because we remember before this happened, because you know I am the king of pop culture, and I'm going to remind you. You remember before this happened, Nene and Porsha were supposed to do the Netflix series Upshaws. Cynthia ended up coming in because Porsha hightailed it out of there, basically allegedly dogging Nene to the people over there at Netflix and the Upshaws, only for Nene to come out and blast Porsha for doing so. I've digressed. All is good. I'm just reminding you. I'm not trying to stoke the flames. Let me play for you this clip from the Ultimate Girls Trip Roaring 20th featuring Nene Leakes. So we get this opening scene with Porsha trying on different outfits. You know they love to show when the housewives are getting ready for a trip. So this is what they're doing for the Roaring 20th. So she's in Simon's closet. She's in Simon's closet trying on her outfits. Nene's arriving. What a return, because so many people have asked for this moment when Nene returns, sort of like you see her coming in. I wish it was on Real Housewives Atlanta or Real Housewives of Atlanta Legacy Ultimate Girls Trip, which can happen. But this almost gives me chills. Anyone, did you get chills when you first watched this?
Open up, bitch.
So this was filmed around the holidays. Oh my goodness, because you see that Porsha's home is decorated for Christmas.
Let me
Shut it down.
No, I'm over here looking at you. What's going on over here, Pete?
Amazing, Nene.
Oh, all of this, Porsha. What is cornbread?
It's dragging a little wagon.
So she's slapping Porsha's booty. I know Porsha has said that it's natural, and yes, you know, eating and gaining weight, I can see it. But there's something a little unnatural about her booty. But that's a whole other conversation.
Me.
Long time no see.
I know.
Yes, what's going on, Pete?
Nothing, girl. I'm just packing.
Well, I'll come over here to get you together.
Oh, here we go. The last time we saw Nene was season 12. That was the reunion during the pandemic, and she did the close of the laptop.
What are these gloves that Porsha's wearing? They look like gloves that you would wear in like a science lab. It's one thing to wear gloves, but they're actually like very thick. That's sad that was Nene's exit on Real Housewives, was the pandemic exit, and she slapped her laptop closed. That was the last time we saw Nene on Real Housewives of Atlanta.
You're not going to direct. Well, I can easily do this, bitch.
Is her computer closed?
I've heard a lot, honey. We got to catch up.
We do need to catch up.
You swimming in the lady pond? Ooh.
No.
Porsha, you gotta tell me about this.
Little deep dive. It was like kind
Can we just talk about, because Nene is older than Porsha. Nene's what, 50-something years old? Nene looks good. Nene's body is like, she's showing midriff, hair looks good. Like, she made sure she looked great for her debut back on Real Housewives.
casual texting, and then all of a sudden there was this event that came up. So I was like, "Hey, you want to go?" And she was like, "Sure. Like, what time I pick you up?"
Yeah,
girl. Ever since then, we are
full blown
in a relationship.
This is so good.
Let's go up here.
As long as you're happy, that's the only thing that matters. Okay, you got to tell me what all you pay.
Okay, so of course we're gonna do all these trips. We're gonna go visit everybody's city. So it's like 7 girls. It's Teresa. Teresa's sweet.
Oh my God, I'm gonna need so many suitcases.
Then you got.
I love how she's talking to Nene. Like, Nene didn't start this with these women, and she doesn't know these women already. But I've digressed.
Vicky, I don't know her.
This I'll try on. This other one. I don't know what I'm wearing this for. We know. Just go put it on.
I think Vicky's cool. I think she's loud, but she's cool.
Oh, I like loud.
Yeah.
Kyle Richards.
Now, that
Get out.
is my girl.
Can't there be a Western theme, for God's sakes? It would make my life a lot easier.
Then you have Giselle.
Giselle out of Potomac.
Giselle Nervely Coast.
Yes.
Yeah, the one that you call starless, Nene.
This is iconic.
Sidebar, I did see the story that Giselle told about hanging out with Nene recently and how Nene was dragging her everywhere and they were partying and drinking and doing all the things, and Giselle's like, I can't keep up.
Night is going to be iconic.
Lisa from Salt Lake City.
Girl, look at this for an 80s theme. Do you die?
And then who else? I think, am I missing somebody? I cannot be.
Not her going to the producers. She forgot Countess Luann.
Wait.
I know it. Girl.
Okay.
I know Luann, honey. Love. This is going to be interesting.
Yeah. This Ultimate Girls trip is unlike any other. It is literally go, go, go.
We are starting in the OC, then heading to my town, Beverly Hills.
Then we are headed to the ATL.
Then to Miami.
The episode people are most looking forward to. Because remember, people were wondering how much you were going to get of Nene. We already heard, remember, I think this was one of our exclusives, that they had already started filming with Nene before it was actually announced that she would be a part of Ultimate Girls Trip. So this is a sit down that they were reporting on online between Porsha and Nene. This is happening before they go to all the cities. But I think everyone is looking forward to the Atlanta moment. I don't know if it's going to be spread across 2 episodes, but I do know that beyond this intro and the Atlanta, that's the only time that we see Nene.
And then we're going to land in the greatest city of them all, New York.
When we leave New York, we're going to Bluestone Manor. The Blue.
Sidebar, did y'all hear about the situation with Dorinda selling a portion acreage from the Bluestone Manor for $1.2 million? Hold on, though. She thought, I believe, and I'm paraphrasing because I don't have the article in front of me. She believed that she had about, I think, 9 acres, but it turned out, I think because she had the Karen neighbor issue, it turns out that she ended up having more property than she realized. I think like 20 acres. So that's why, and she sold a portion of it. I said, okay. So the finale happens at Bluestone Manor.
Honey.
Atlanta's going to go up.
It's going to go up. How dare we celebrate 20 years as housewives and leave out the Nene Leakes? So the queen herself will be making an appearance when we enter Atlanta. This whole thing is about iconic housewives. But what about the iconic housewife?
That's some shit you made up. If you heard it, close your legs to married men. Don't touch my phone.
I love that in this moment, they're celebrating Nene. I love that in this moment.
Get your wig off. My wig. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Oh, not a white refrigerator. Girl, please put your shoes on. Let's go find you a home, honey. I said what I said. Where is your scooter?
For you, after all this time, to come back for the 20-year anniversary is huge.
It's huge.
It's huge. I mean, it's my hug. I love you. Okay.
Porsha is so fake. I'm sorry. No, but hear me out, y'all. Maybe because I know a lot of stuff, and I just know that this moment, although very sweet and it's great to see it happen, they're playing the game. They're playing the game, and if it means bringing Nene back into the fold, play that game.
Tell me what occupation.
Okay, girl.
Because you got to take some cute Because you know Cal and Vicky, they got good clothes.
That's what I'm saying.
You got to have some fur. You need a gown.
But you know, I got to get rid of this daggone holiday weight and love weight.
You got that booty, huh?
Girl,
you got that Trump. That thing got its own everything. Yes.
I am definitely an overpacker. I'm going to pack like a costume, a gown, something about gilded, and some bikinis. If they have to check my bag at the airport, they're going to be like, where the hell is she going? And what does she do for a living?
I don't know how these housewives pack, because especially for something like this, it must be like multiple suitcases.
Honey, Orange County, here it comes.
Finally on the plane.
And this is 5A, where I belong. First class, always.
Not 5A. Okay, Lisa.
So our first episode aired on March 21st, 2006. That is 20 years ago. It's like birthing a baby, a big baby.
You don't talk away to me or him.
What do you do
with that? You put it at his butt.
That's the script I'm never going to again.
Sidebar, guys, this is premiering this Sunday. Who knew? Maybe we will talk and watch it together on the Patreon. Make sure you follow me on Patreon.
Not a woo, it's a woo-hoo.
Woohoo! Got your orange back.
I don't know why they fired me in the first place. Pretty relevant.
Is she? Is Vicky Gomezson pretty relevant?
I can't believe that I'm the longest running consecutive housewife in the franchise.
She's saying.
Yeah, but no one's happy about it. Kyle.
Smoke your electronic cigarette and drink your martini. I'm talking to Camille.
Yes! Hey, girl. Oh, hey.
Even though sometimes I feel like, how am I here? And how did I get here? I belong here.
When I got the call to be on Ultimate Girls Trip for the 20-year anniversary, I knew that you've reached peak housewifeism. I love Chinatown. I feel like I just stepped off the trolley and I'm now in Tokyo. Bye, Porsha.
Okay, bye, Ashley.
You know what I mean?
This is where I can't take from Porsha that, like, I would never say that Porsha isn't an integral part of Real Housewives of Atlanta, because she is. But I know, and I've already seen the comments on Instagram under this post where people were saying, it's great to see Nene. I feel like Nene should have been a main cast member, because it's all OGs. The only person that's not an OG is Porsha. But I told you, I feel like the reason why we're seeing this moment of sort of Nene saying this is okay is so that there isn't backlash. But regardless, there'll be backlash.
You have arrived.
Oh, this looks great. Wow, right on the ocean. Yes. My years on Housewives. I started married. I got divorced. Got married again. Got divorced.
The early years of Real Housewives of New York are unmatched. Unmatched. I loved New York. It was definitely in my top 2.
Again, gone to jail, and all the while raising my 2 children. But I don't feel 20 years older, and hopefully I don't look 20 years older.
No. Luann looks good. If anything, Luann looks better now than she did back then.
But I don't have to call you Countess.
I will say her voice is deeper, though. Or maybe it's just in my head.
Still call her Countess. You always have the title, right?
Listen.
Who you want us to call you?
You call me Lou. I'm really just Lou from Connecticut. Like J-Lo is from...
Just clarification, the title was taken away when she divorced and got remarried. She's no longer Countess, but we still refer to her as Countess Luann because, you know, whatever.
The Hood?
From the block?
Oh, sorry.
Not J-Lo from the Hood. We're going to leave that one alone. So that was the trailer for Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip, the Roaring 20th. You can watch it Sunday on Bravo and then the next day on Peacock. They're not paying me, but at this particular point, Bravo, if you want to, we'll take it. We'll definitely be talking and recapping it as well, guys. So make sure you're following me here if you haven't already. Thanks for tuning in to KEMPIRE, the king of pop culture. Don't forget to give us a 5-star rating on Apple Podcasts and on Spotify. And for everything KEMPIRE, head on over to thekempire.com.